Hello everyone, Darren here, and welcome back to Anno 1800, the Road to Rome series. Just straight off the bat, just want to apologize, I finally missed a few episodes. It was bound to happen, always does with me. But I kind of have a good excuse. I got a root canal. I had a root canal on a tooth that already had a root canal, but it had gotten infected, so I had to have a second one, and it was quite invasive. So it just took me out of action for a few days, so unfortunately, midweek I missed my episodes, but we're back. So in the previous episode, I don't fully remember what was going on, but I believe we're in the New World, and we'd pretty much set up everything for our obreros to get to everything they need, except for sewing machines. So obreros are basically done now, and we're sort of getting everything in position ready so that we're good to go for engineers. So the reason we wanted obreros first was so that we could get oil, bring back that oil, get electricity going, and so on and so forth. So as you can see over here at Taraco, we've got 414 obreros right now. If we have a look at any one individual, they're just missing sewing machines. We're also lacking beer, so it's not super important out here, but I believe beer is even a bit slow back in the old world, so really the focus is going to be on the old world for a while. And seeing as we have the workforce, let's get her back on that. She's keen to get started again. Alright, cool. So these guys are going to be kind of set. Remember as well, with the pirates, we've got an hour and 35 in the New World, and we have 40 minutes or so in the Old World. So we have a truce with those guys right now, so we should be good for combat for a little while. I'd like to maybe just, with a bit of time here, just queue up a few of these shops, a few of these ships just to kind of go around and clear up some of that fog of war, as I've been doing. So just give them a few orders, and we'll leave this place for a while. And as long as we get them back home safe before that 40 minutes runs out, in the Old World especially, I guess they should be okay. So similar thing over here, just going to clear some fog of war and clear the edges of the map. The other good thing is we've got, it's not a good thing, but while I'm doing that, I'm not wasting too much time. I've got a big redesign here for the worker docks, but we've got sickness and plague going on right now. But once that's cleared, we can finally begin it, because it's going to need some of this bit here, and I can't move them right now. So just thought we should handle some of those other side projects while we're waiting on that as well. Okay. Now, let's take stock of what's going on here. We've got 165,000 in the bank, making money, 4,000, pretty good. The only things I really have written down for today is that I want to buy some steel, as we're just a little bit low, and for a lot of the reworking of this area, we're going to need a lot of steel and bricks. So just buying a bit of construction material will probably help us out there. Is everything okay? Yeah, the game just froze for a second. And it crashed. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was a little awkward, but we're back. So I've queued up all the different orders, everything should be the same as it was, but now let's actually do some building. So one of the first things I wanted to do was actually increase the volume of windows that we're making, because we're going to be doing a lot of upgrading and changing things around. We're going to probably need a lot of windows, especially if you want to get engineers. I believe it's 2 windows per household to upgrade, so got quite a few to go. So we're just going to have to build them up in the background a bit quicker. We're currently gaining 2 per minute. So it's quite an easy chain. We have 2 window production buildings here, glass and then sand. So it's 2 of these, 1 of these, and 1 of these. And that should keep everything nice and balanced, I would hope. We'll check on the numbers in just a sec, just to make sure. So construction material, we are making 4 windows, intermediate, glass is 4 for 4, and raw materials, sand is 4 for 4. So we are nice and even. And we have loads of that workforce to do that for us. Now, that actually brings me, because we're waiting on the disease to kind of clear up, brings me to the next topic, which is whether or not I was going to upgrade these guys by just placing a house using a mod, right? We could just place down the engineer household, and we'd still pay the construction material. You pay 8, 2, 3, and 2, or probably even a little bit more than that, because I think it compounds everything you need in terms of the 4 layers of progression to get to that stage. And then, of course, you have to wait a long time to grow them, so you operate at a loss for a while. So it does give you a cost. All of the costs are there, and I feel like fair and accounted for. But as people, I think, kind of rightfully argued in the comments, although there was some debate, it wasn't totally leaning one way. Probably like 60-40, I would say. People said just kind of stick with it the way it is. It's a bit of a fundamental aspect of the game, and I do agree. Obviously, this is not a pure game anymore, right? We're using mods. We've changed things around, although I like to think that I've chosen mods that are in the spirit of the game and feel more like a DLC rather than something that changes it completely to be completely unbalanced or whatever. You know, to me, male I know I always rag on the mail system, but that feels like a mod to me. It does not fit the game. That's just my opinion. Some people have actually asked why. Why do I feel that way? It's a very long-winded thing. I don't want to explain it for too long. But the whole idea is that when mail comes from one island to another, it stops being local mail and becomes regional mail, right? And then if it goes from a region to a different region, it becomes overseas mail. And because of the way that happens, the actual good itself kind of converts while it's on board an airship or whatever. So what you end up not being able to do is you can't say like...
withstood an attack.
All right. You can't say like I wanted to hit multiple islands and then go somewhere. All mail has to be unloaded at once. That's the rule. Because otherwise you'd break it because of the system they made for it. You can't just... So it's just the whole thing. So because of that, the way I do my trade routes is like, oh, I've just set up 2 routes between here. I let them load up and they just transfer items between there. It's totally fine. Or construction just goes around here. But none of these routes could work if it unloaded everything every time. In fact, it would throw everything completely off. But mail system wants you to basically look at every single island's individual rate and adjust the deliveries accordingly and only ever drop things from one island to another. So it's just really bizarre in that frame. So that's basically why I dislike it. I just don't think it fits the game. I don't think it was the intention to do it that way. I think they did it that way because they had an idea for a system to change local into regional to overseas, and that kind of... The only way that could work is if you had to unload everything and it transfers when it gets unloaded or changes what it is. Yeah, so that's that. Sorry to go on about it. Let's clear this place up. So we've got good money, 4,000, 160,000 in the bank. We now have to create some space over here to move all these houses up and out of the way before we pop in our blueprint. The blueprint/stamp is actually now available. We'll talk about it in a moment, but this is now available at whatdarrenplays.com/files. It's completely free. You don't have to pay or sign up or do anything. It just takes you to a Google Drive link where you can choose to download it if you want. And you can look at it. And then it also says how to install it. So if you're not familiar with using PCs that much, or, you know, file directories and where the save files go and all that kind of thing, it's all just explained very quickly and easily for you. So you basically just place the file in a folder. You just have to give it a certain name and then you're good to go. And it'll appear in your game. I'm only giving out the town designs right now. I haven't given out any of the other ones because I haven't really vetted them or checked what they are. But if people like that, I'll make more stamps and you can pop them in your game if you want. Alright, so let's begin. Sorry for taking so long. Bonk, bonk. And bonk. We're going to have to get rid of a lot of this stuff and just create some space, as I mentioned. Okay, let's just begin the process of moving things and then we can get rid of the roads. So we'll just do it in a big grid. And then we'll have to move these guys back in a moment. Alright, so we moved the majority. We still need to move a few of these guys down here. So maybe just
is under siege.
Group of 3. And it's actually going to kind of collapse the population because there is a town hall here giving a boost to workforce. So we're going to have all sorts of problems doing this, but all in the name of beautification. Beautification. Alright, that should be it. So we'll just close the road gap here, and then hopefully... Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep some roads intact, otherwise we'll lose. Oh my god, what is that noise? There are bombs going off. Beryl O'Mara. Oh, she's being attacked by Alonso in my bay. And these guys, just in case. Let me have a look at this blueprint now. So, worker docks is what it's called. It's supposed to fit right... there? Right there, I think. But I can see that some things aren't going to be placed quite right. I might actually have to disconnect some roads just completely. So there. Are we okay? The blueprint looks like it is intact. Except for one building, but that's okay. Alright, there we are. So that puts down the roads. Of course, they can't be blueprinted, and that has reconnected us. So we're okay. So I'm going to keep it on half speed, actually, while I do this. I think it's fair. And we're going to place back in some of the key buildings first. So the hospital. Now, I mentioned this before, actually, when I was I think in the previous episode, just talking about the design of these houses, they're great, but because they are so grid-like, it's kind of difficult to do anything super creative with them. Where the hell's our market and stuff? Oh, there it is. So I would say that's why I'd say the artisan area is a bit nicer, because it's less grid-like, it's a bit more natural, and kind of get a bit more creative with the old world pack. Whereas this one is just like I said, a bit more grid-like. But every now and then there are these little pockets of like, oh, there's a little pizzeria here. There's some market stalls and so on. I didn't mean to build those houses, but oh well.
We're ready to break some glass.
Ready to break some? You're angry. Uh-oh. Maybe we should get the police station down. God, how many variations are there? There we go. Nope, that's not what I want. That's the one. We need to rotate it. There we go. Right, anyways. So, the idea is obviously that this is called a worker docks. So the docklands is probably going to be down here and get a lot bigger in the future. But for now, this should be totally fine. We're out of bricks, by the way. So I'm just going to have to go hop over here. Go to Archibald and see if we can import some. But while we're waiting on that, we can also just now start to place in some of the houses. Alright, so there we have it. I've actually completely bankrupted myself doing this. We're down to 13,000, so I haven't even built everything yet because we ran out of money. So some of the stuff I still want to just be moving from this side of things. So a lot of the industry I want to get to move over here. But we've recovered the workforce, money is okay, everything seems fine. And the farmers is temporary right now, right? So that's just going to be left there. But everything you see for the workers and for the sort of docks that I'm building is what we're working on right now. So I'll just actually put in some of the ornaments out this way. To complete the, I guess, docks aspect of this place. Yeah, so there's some extra warehouses, some ships that are just moored here. And then, oh yeah, so this isn't part of the blueprint, but I'd intended to bring this in closer. And the same with that, I think. Yeah, somewhat like this. Just create a bigger platform that then they can actually connect to and move if they wanted to. That's the idea. Can that move over? Yep. Yeah, something seems a little off, actually, just thinking about it. This looks like we're missing just a little bit of key. Oh, I might have been out of bricks. Maybe that's why. Oh, yeah. It doesn't get put down as a blueprint. That is why. So where would we find that? Artisans, docklands, key. There we go. Bit better. All right, cool. So there we go. Now, we also have this little kind of park area thing. So I might have to change the grass on this because it's too dark. So Shift G. Let's just make it a bit more natural. I don't really know what the idea behind this is. I just thought it would be good to kind of fill out this corner a little bit so people can kind of look out over the ocean. There's kind of a little watchtower thing there. And just like a little swirly path around this sort of pond slash mini lake thing that's just going on at the very edge. Almost like a little bog as you get closer to the water. That was the idea anyway. Oh yeah, we've got a few like little rocks and stuff as well. There we go. Nice. So, subject to enhancement, I would say. So, obviously, everything else is largely just going to be kind of estates, you know? Residential estates. Our market and our pub are shared together. The school is at the back of it, across from the church. Then we kind of get into the industrial side of things. I did think, yeah, that's kind of weird, being near the church. So I do admit there's some funkiness going on there, but I thought it'd be cool to use the kind of sewer system as the kind of break point between the industrial side of things and also the residential as we get closer down to the docks. I just thought it would make sense to have the sewers sort of around here or any kind of waste. And then you can see they're sort of like building it now, so I decided to put down some ornaments that show that they're actively building in this area. There's heaps of stuff here. There's pipes that are being laid. They're maybe extending the sewer system or something like that underground. But here we're going to have 3 bakeries, so we should have enough money to start moving them in now. So let's get them to come over. Now the only way this will work is if we also move the trade union items in here, because of course our bakers are reliant on that. We have the baker and a pastry chef. I don't know if the pastry chef works, actually. Let's see. I think I said it did. So, affects the baker, maintenance costs. Well, the buildings light up, so I assume so. And then the baker. So, the new input of grain replaces flour. Nice. So, there we go. So, their front should be... Which side is the front, actually? It's kind of hard to tell.
Hey there, tonight, the union meeting. Stand to attention for
The
the boss.
union meeting? I'm after overhearing something. I don't think I should have. I feel like that's the entrance, actually. Yeah, so we'll just turn this around. So there you go. Here, we're going to have the large soap factory, which I don't know. Do I have one? Yes. Before I drag that, let's just get rid of the blueprint. I'll pop that one in. Not everything down here has an existing building that I'm moving. Some of them are just going to be new ones I build. So I just felt like these 3... Unfortunately, I need multiple bakers. It'd be nice to spread them out a bit more, but I just need them. So keeping them together just helps. And these buildings look awesome. They all fit together really nicely, so super happy with that. So this is our large soap factory, taking in tallow, making soap. Pretty standard. Here, we're going to have a collection of tools workshops, so 5 in total. So I think at the moment we've got maybe 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So we'll move those 4 and we'll build one. So we'll build this one. And remove those. And these buildings are really cool. I've talked about it before. They're modular, so you can kind of change their look and feel. Can we move these? We can. Oh, we can't. Don't have the money. It says construction material, but it means money. Well, let's just try to move one at a time then, see how much it is. 6,000? Oh my god, it's so much money. Hang on one sec. So we're about to sell some soap and saxophones. I was trying to make a little bit on the side. Oh my god, saxophones are really good. 100,000. Alright, we're totally fine then. There was 130 in storage. To be fair, it's been running for a while, so that's why there's so many. But still, that's pretty good. Don't know if we can take much more than that, because it'll take quite a while to build up. Where are you, saxophones? There. We've got 101. Wow. It says it's declining, but I think that's because I took some away. We're making 2 per minute. So there was 130. So that took... about 65 minutes, about over an hour. Okay. It's quicker than I thought. An hour to make 100 grand is not bad, actually. Alright, anyways. Now we can move those houses, so let's do that. Or those buildings. So let's get them in. Bog. Nice, and they all kind of look like they're one already without me even having to change much. So yeah, I'll just leave it as is for now. Now, those are tools workshops. If we could get an item that would affect them, that'd be nice. We've also got the industrial malt house. I'm gonna slam that down. So the idea here was to have some silos, ideally holding some of the grain or the wheat or whatever before it gets made into malt. So that was kind of the idea of some of the stockpiles that are here. So we'll just head over to where we're producing that stuff now. So we've got 2 malt houses here. And say see you later. Don't need those anymore. And another one here. So they're gone. We've got breweries now. So they're the large advanced breweries. breweries. And we want to just upgrade some of the pathways here. So 2 of them is what we need. So we've only got 1. We'll build 1 and move the other. Hope people don't mind me doing this. It's just a different way of building, I guess, and reorganizing things. And it's a good way to actually see what I've done. I feel like, anyway. Alright, so we'll connect these 2 warehouses. They need to be upgraded to match the kind of concrete. Oh no, I had a quest? Oh, I didn't even realize. Oops. I have no more. Okay, sorry. What else have we got? Yeah, just for the variants, let's do a different one and let's angle it. How about that? Alright, cool. Love some of the industrial ornaments, man. They're really, really nice. Speaking of, we've got a bunch down here. So the idea was just like a part of the railway for unloading and loading off of the docks to some extent, and to feed into the 2 big advanced furnaces that we're going to go with. So large furnace. So we've got all these small furnaces. I've never built one of the large ones yet. So it's in this category here. So we have standard steel beams with a standard furnace, right? So the furnace takes in 1 iron, 1 coal, and takes 30 seconds. The advanced furnace or large furnace is done in half the time, so only 15 seconds, and it takes 1 and 1, so it's twice as good. However, it takes 150 workers. This one takes 100, so it's more efficient, as per worker you get more out of it for less time. And also we could obviously in future then improve it with electricity, so that's good as well. Now in terms of the attraction, they hurt the attractiveness the same. Construction cost, this one's 500 and it costs us 100 to maintain. The advanced one is 1,500, so it costs 15, or yeah, is it 15 times the amount? So it's expensive upfront cost, but then also it's negative 175, so a little bit more expensive compared to the amount of workers that have gone in.
I feel it reflects the times.
What reflects the times? I need some money.
That should draw attention away from.
Lance is not going to like that, but we'll
Anything
cancel
else?
things out there, hopefully.
Then I'll send it out.
Right, so anyways, long story short, we want to build 2 of them. We can only afford 1 right now. So if they're twice as good, right?
No.
He doesn't like that at all. If they're twice as good as the ones we had before, we can get rid of 2 for every 1 we put down. So let's do this. And then delete 2. And it's a beautiful building. It's really, really nice looking. Steelworks. And it has the kind of same animation where all these things tip over and everything, so it's a good reuse of assets. Nice natural feeling like upgrade / progression. We might actually have some items that help with this. Productivity 40%, chance of fire increased, and attractiveness -3. Affects the slaughterhouse, affects the soap factory and olive soap factory. Productivity 30%. I wonder, do we get a bonus there? We do. I'll check if I need that. I don't know if I need it right now. It's nice that it applies to these modded buildings. They did well with that. Also got the Harbor Master. We've had a few items for this guy for a while, or this building. All fisheries, maintenance reduced. Sure, why not? Little passive income. All shipyards, -30%. They're on the other side, so I can't quite reach them. Harbor activity increased. Sure. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, self-repair is increased. Does that affect construction? Oh, you have to activate it. And the buildings heal faster. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. So I'll just take that out, just in case I forget. Alright, nice. So yeah, we're still lacking steel. Might just go up and see if we can buy some from Archibald. Maybe we'll sell just another batch of saxophones. Then we'll buy the steel. We'll go back down. And then we can finally say we're done. As for looking around the town anymore, it's pretty straightforward, you know. I just, again, with the town hall here, I use some of the cobble stone that's modded in to kind of give these a more natural feel to where they're positioned. So outside the town hall, people are just making some food, selling some produce. There's a telephone box, things like that. And then just this kind of nicer ground tiles as we move in, which is a sort of hybrid between the stone and also the regular kind of white tiles that you often see. We then have the school with a couple extra houses nearby. I would say that these need to be flipped to provide a bit more space between them and the school. Church is looking good. Can't really do anything with the market or anything else. And then we're into our production and worker territory over on this side. And they're kind of broken off with a scaffolding fence here, which also needs upgrades. There we go. To give it that concrete. Well, what I am missing down here is a police station, actually, and they're going to probably need it, as they were a little bit upset with the entire, you know, reworking and moving their houses and destroying some of the population thing. So just for now, I'll just pop this somewhere here. This one hasn't been designed properly to add into the town, but that's all fine. Cool. So now we've got 2 aspects of the place built. We have our artisan town, and we have our worker town. Well, the population should continue to climb, I think. I would have thought so. Or we could use the workforce bonus here. If I take out this guy, this one, sorry, 30% workforce. Yeah, we're still left with enough farmers, actually. Okay, throw this one in here then. Now we've got 376 extra, so that's great. They're going to be a little less happy, though, but generally speaking, I think we've met a lot of their happiness needs, yeah. The beer is going to fluctuate a bit, so we'll have to get on top of that. All right, can we build this? We can. So there we go. So both of our steel is now done, and now I'm going to actually start checking some of our rates and making sure that we are indeed on top of things. Now, that's steelworks. This might have said steelworks, but it's actually a furnace. It just makes regular steel. It's not the steel beams, I suppose. But I think that's pretty much it.
I had better leave it to set.
So there were some other buildings that I wanted to add over here, but I wasn't sure of where to place them yet. So the other like there's room here for more factories and things, definitely. So the buildings I was looking at was like the large rendering works, the sewing machine factories. We also have them kind of modular. There's also all of the suit factories, but there's too many, I felt like, to kind of clutter the dock-looking area. So if we just remove this for a second, and honestly, I could probably remove this. This side of things is going to change, right? The fisheries are going to move, and we'll have a proper docklands in the future. But it's sort of like the first phase of our sort of worker coastline. Quite happy with it, generally speaking. Not like super in love, but I think it looks good. It's decent. And it's subject to improvement over time. So there you go. Took a little while to get it all up and running, but it is what it is. So, and it was very expensive. Alright, so let's check over some rates. So the ones that I'd be most curious about would be, we're now doing twice the amount of brewing and an increased malt house. So do we have enough grain? That'd be the question. So 12 over 10 for malt, that's pretty good. Oh, something else we might need to adjust is, do they need to... No, they're not being boosted. These guys are being boosted. Let's just take that off for a moment. Right, let's see what we got. So 12 over 8 for malt. So for grain, we are now slightly undersupplying by 4 per minute. So all of our grain is handled up here. We have a trade union boosting it. Do we have anything that can make them go a bit further? You know, a great quality of life thing would be, show me only items that affect the buildings in the circle. You know? That'd be nice. Okay, well, what we... Ooh, you're already being boosted a lot. Jeez. Huh. Surprised it's that bad. Well, we are making more malt than we need to, so let me see if we can balance this a bit better. So that's 12 over 8. I'm no mathematician, but I'm going to say negative 20%? That's 10 over 8, so negative 40% we could do, really? Okay, so I've slowed that building down more than it needed to be. Let's say 30% then. There we go. We make slightly more than we need. So that's good. Grain-wise, we now make almost exactly what we need. Okay. I see the game we're playing. Let's maybe do negative 33. So now that's pretty much balanced, and that is pretty much balanced. Good. Okay, cool. Excuse me, we finagled it into a position where we don't have to build anything else. Now, how much beer are we producing? That's the question. If we check all islands, including the New World, we are actually now producing more than we need. Perfecto. Because that's what we wanted to be able to supply those guys. Oh, we've got plague. Illness. Speaking of, how much time has passed? We've got 10 minutes to go before the pirates reactivate. So let's bring everyone home. Let's sell those saxophones. Saxophone. Alright. Steel? Sure, let's just buy it. Give me the boost. Oh man, alright. You know, it feels like that has taken up the bulk of the episode, but so that's beer sorted, right? That was one thing we were low on.
Zephyrs raise you.
So beer is okay. I'm surprised as well we're only making 2 grand now. You think we'd be making more. This is supposed to be an well, not really. I suppose we built some heavy industry. Not that expensive, but a bit more expensive than it was before. Now, when we get electricity here, it's going to be awesome. And maybe the oil actually could go into this part of the docks. That might make sense. Or on the other side of things, I suppose. There's ruins in my city, so let's check what's going on. Sickness. Oh, you've got no hospital. No hospital. Here we are. Hospital. Okay, we can afford one. Trying to think, where is there a nice place to put it? Not really. We'll just stick it next to the fighting arena. Makes sense, right? That'll heal them up just fine. And then once the plague is cleared, we'll come in and just make sure that they're okay.
Still a long way to go.
I know. Alright, so let's check our trade routes that are going between the New World and Old World. It's just rum at the moment. You go out there, you dump your rum, and then you come back with rum. So a super efficient route would be you dump the rum, and then you pick up the beer and you come back. But that's difficult, so we're just going to add another ship, and it's going to go the other way in a different category. So it's Old World to New World. So we already have one Brundisium with beef to Nova Roma, picking up flutes, dropping into Targo. So yeah, I'd say there's room for beer then, and the beer consumption out here is kind of low. So I think with one set of 50, we'd be okay. I hope. My gut's telling me no. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud, I guess, but my gut's telling me no. Just give it its own route. Long term, it'll just work out, I suppose. Alright, so Old World to New World. We had that ship out there that we just bought all that steel with. We'll assign that one. Why do I have a ship with tons of bricks on it? In the New World. We'll assign this one, and yeah, we'll just tell it to go to Nova Roma, and then to Tarako, and load beer. I'll give it a name and stuff in a moment. Let's just dump in that steel. Alright, you are free to go. Now, we'll have to just also set a limit, of course, on this. We've just taken all the beer, so whatever. But we'll set a future limit of 50. Let's go bigger than that. Don't leave until you have 100.
Just say the word.
Alright, so you're going to go with 34, make your first journey. That's fine, whatever. They'll get a bit of beer, he'll come back, he'll pick up more. All good.
Flap the flag of freedom.
Now, what else could we be doing? So we've got 1,270 artisans not doing anything right now. We want to get engineers going.
I even see a smidge of daylight now.
The way he said that. Yeah, so we got 78 reinforced concrete. So I think it's time. It's time to just get a little bit of that building going. And then we can actually start thinking about oil. So 100 workers. Oh, yeah. I'm such a fool. You can do oil here. For some reason, I thought it has to be New World. Why did I think that? That's why I got everything ready in the New World first. You don't have to do that at all.
Left buildings abandoned.
Let's try this. This looks like we can get just pretty much all 4 deposits in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, cool. Whoops.
Your people are starting to get sick.
Oh, they'll be fine. They'll start to heal soon. Cool. Alright, we're making oil. It's as easy as that. We'll need to do a railway. So this is what all the steel, I guess, is going to be for. An oil store and a small oil harbor. So, yeah, it would make sense to pop it out here. We need to clean this coast up. So let me just move the sand together. And we'll move the piers in front of the sand. That's cleared up a lot. And just make sure that they have a way to get over to them. Cool. So then a small oil harbor. Free coast needed. How is that not free coast? Okay, good. We'll want to come in on this side, I guess. And the gun is slightly in the way. I would like to come in on that edge, so let's try that instead. Ah. Really? You can't go be placed somewhere here? I don't understand. Why not? So you're okay there. Just move this out of the way. No, it's just the grid on the beach isn't big enough because certain part of it, I guess, has to be over. Oh, whatever, I guess. Oh, what a shame. Sure. I have to move that so many times. Such a waste of money. Alright, so what are we missing? Bricks. Okay, and then we'll need steel. So, you know what? I haven't even really thought about where we're even going to process this. So we need a power plant, and it's going to boost a bunch of buildings. I suppose around here for now is totally fine, and then we'll figure it out, right? So let's just do that there. So that's going to need 150 engineers, 50 bricks. Oh, really? I want it to be for the engineer households. That would actually be the case. Let me just upgrade into an engineer.
We're only just above the median.
They need spectacles, so they don't need electricity for a long time. Wow. Okay. It's quite a long time. And they also need coffee. Then they're going to need smoked fish and sandwiches. Wow. Alright. Happiness side of things. Penny farthings, pocket watches, liqueur. a bank, saxophones again, and harps. Wow. Interesting. No idea what we're getting ourselves into. Okay, spectacles, fur coats. Ah, they need fur coats. Do we have an alternate need for that? We do,
I
suits.
do need to simplify my instructions for the workers, lest they find another reason to complain.
Tools instead of sewing machines. And sardines instead of canned food. And tea instead of coffee. That's huge. Because if you remember, I tried to build tea, but it wasn't quite possible money-wise. It's very expensive. Very, very expensive. Almost seemingly too expensive to ever really make sense. But maybe with engineers it would make sense. Spectacles makes good money. The university doesn't give anything. Sewing machines, 35. So with making tools, you get 35 coins. And then sardines or canned food, 17. Okay, interesting. We'll leave you back as an artisan. We'll think about how we do all these upgrades. But yeah, we should just start boosting industry first and then start accounting for those guys. We'll have to build both really at the same time in order to offset the cost of all this. I just also realized I don't even need the harbor. We could just bring the oil straight into a power plant. Man, that's how long it's been with me in this game. I can't remember anything. But sure, we'll just do this. That looks weird. What's wrong with that? Oh, it's on, yeah, I forgot. I've got a mod where it doesn't go on the grass. It goes on its own sort of gravel path. That actually does look good most of the time, but right now, because it's the first one we built, it looks a bit weird. We need to get rid of these charcoal kilns as well. Now, is this going to break everything if I turn this building?
A free people with freedom to create beyond imagination. Built, well, these ships.
Alright, cool. You've got power? Oh, you do need a track to the harbor. Okay, I'm not crazy then. I thought for some reason you could just go straight into a power plant. God, I'm such an idiot. Alright, cool. We're connected. Oil harbor is done. Yes, I remember now. Okay, so this is your main hub of storage for oil, and that distributes the trains to multiple power plants. Got it, and it also picks up the oil. Yep, got it. Got it. Sorry, got it. It looks like it's carrying coal. Isn't there... Yeah, there's a power plant in this that's coal, isn't there? I say in this, with a mod. I could be thinking about the New World, though. Maybe. I'm certain that there's a power plant that's coal-specific, which maybe is why that train looks the way it does. In the electricity category, I'm seeing dung collector, a biogas plant. Oh yeah, it's another way of producing biogas. Instead of having to go to the Arctic.
Where did you say you come
Oh my god, there's so much to think about in this game. I swear there's supposed to be another type of power plant, a coal one, and I'm just confused why I can't find it, because you think that you'd have it before you get to oil. But maybe it is a New World thing. Music hall. Electricity. A power station. A small oil power plant. Burns oil to provide electricity surrounding factories. And a gas power plant. No, it doesn't seem like it. I'll look around, I guess, in my own time. I should really have done the research on that. But yeah, I'm not seeing it. I just thought for sure. Maybe I just didn't choose it as a mod, and I'm thinking of like I just read it. But it was like, oh, you can use coal to get electricity, like a little bit. The reach is like really small on the building, and it uses a lot of coal.
Ceasefire has
So you're still incentivized to get to oil, but it's like a way of just kind of getting power early if you need to. Right, so what am I waiting for? I'm still waiting on bricks, so we might have to make another run up to that guy and just pick some up. I'm out of ships actually now. We've got a lot of influence. Let's build some new ones.
attack.
Alright, the ceasefire's ended. Maybe we can go hunt some ships again.
Please, engage.
So I've told 2 ship of the lines to go chase this ship of the line, and I've sent some gunboats after it as well, because we have that torpedo on them. So they're pretty close by. It's right over there.
Moving to coordinates.
But we're going against the wind. Let's just speed up for a sec. Actually, you're going to have to go straight that way if you're going to make it. And what's my range on this? Pretty good. Take the shot. Now. Oh, damn. There was no need, was there, to do it so early, but I don't know. Oh my god.
Ship under attack.
He's got a huge speed advantage and he has the range. But we're nimble, we're agile.
Fleet embarking.
Maybe I should go for his little friend over here. My ship of the lines are coming.
The sails fill.
Alright, I'll just leave that for a little bit. We'll
Your
check back
people
on them
are
in a moment.
rioting.
People are riding without access to a police station. They're riding over here. Why? What's the problem? They're happy. They're not being boosted, are they? Maybe a little bit. Why is that happening? I don't remember boosting them so significantly. That seems like a lot of rum that I was trying to produce. Now we're not making enough. Okay, maybe 25% is acceptable. I must have probably looked at it and thought, like, well, they're still happy, so we can boost them. But obviously you're just encouraging riots that way. So rum is just about 10 for 10. Okay, we'll go with 30% again. Hopefully that'll calm them down a little bit. It's better than what it was. And yeah, we'll give them a police station. Why not?
Ship under attack.
Oh, that ship of the line is messing with me.
To build a society that polices itself.
You guys need to get over there right now. You're weak. Pick up whatever you just got.
You're a noble creature living a fantasy.
Now, I just didn't really look at that stuff, so he's pretty happy with me 94. Everything's pretty
Workforce
good. Okay, good. We could obviously just go with another ceasefire. $10 for another 2 hours and just keep building them up. I suppose that's what we need to do.
Think you've got us over a barrel.
Oh, that's my my offer. I kind of want to kill her ship first.
Stations.
That's gonna go away in a moment. 38 seconds.
Attention to the admiral.
Go, fire, fire, fire. So the gunboats can just shoot this guy now from behind, slowing him down very slowly. Right? Ah, you know what? We'll leave it. We'll leave it. Okay, I guess it. I guess it's not worth it. Oh, maybe not.
Awaiting orders.
Go, keep going. Just always stay behind him. He can't shoot you if you're behind him.
Prepare to fire. Play that plunder.
Ah, shut up. I want your ship. I want something that's on it. We picked up 6 advanced weapons. It's worth it, man. It's worth farming these guys.
Destroyed.
What happened? Oh my god, he's attacking my base. My ship is shooting them, though. Wow, I can't believe she actually attacked my base. While they're just getting hit with a gun. They're probably about to move off now, though.
Fleet ready.
Did my gun back? No, it didn't. It's okay.
She's small, but she's
Alright, just gonna pick that up, see what we got, and then maybe we get a ceasefire once we destroy that other ship. 19 guns. Love it. Love to see it.
Admiral.
Yeah, so I'll have to recruit another ship, because obviously we lost a few on the
This
straits
strike
between
has
these
ended.
2 areas. There we are.
Ready for a challenge.
Yeah, I'll have to bring something over to pick that up as well. Ugh, so annoying. Alright, yeah, I don't know if I did that already, no? Yeah, we're already making one there. Let's make another one here. The advanced guns are coming in. We'll drop off the advanced guns, and then we'll pick up what was on that. Alright, well anyways, after now that this big thing is done, you know, the focus will be a bit better for the next episode. I can kind of research what I'm going to do and then plan out the next production chains. Now knowing what we need for engineers, I'll be a bit more on track in the next episode.
Awaiting new
But let's just finish this one off by just getting those last bits of material together, getting that ceasefire, killing that last ship, and then we'll call it. So drop that in there. Let's just head around and see what we dropped. Do you have anything? Actually, you can pick it up real quick. Cool. Just drop it back in. That's fine.
stations.
Now, that's that ship of the line. I'm chasing that MFer down. You better believe. Ain't getting away from me. It's gonna take a while. My ship of the lines are quite far away. Now, what else could I be preparing for? So, we're still waiting on getting this. There we go. So, power. Now, we finally got power for the first time. We still need bricks, which I had a ship in the New World full of bricks, delivering them, I think, from the previous episode, if I remember correctly now, actually, thinking about it, that I never unloaded. I can't unload it, so you should probably just come home, actually, quite frankly. Bring the plague with you. Why not?
Aye.
How long are you going to be sick for? Another 3 minutes. Right, so with oil production now in full force, we need some engineers to actually power the oil facility. Got it. Alright, let's just make our first batch of engineers then. I can only do one, because I've got no bricks. God damn it. And we've got bricks going as best we can. It just takes a while, and I'm burning through them so fast.
Fleet awaiting orders.
Oh, there's so many ships over that way. Alright, one of my clippers is ready to go. We'll assign that to one of the routes that is lost. This one. Snapping turtle. Get back on. Not too bad of a big of a setback. Was it worth it for 19 guns? Probably not.
She's small, but she's keen.
Probably not. The advanced weapons are kind of worth it, but I already sort of had them.
Ship under attack.
Stations.
Where is that ship of the line gone? There he is.
Moving to coordinates.
Ship under attack.
He's probably just going to get automatically killed, because he has to come between. There's a really small, narrow pathway where you can avoid my guns, actually, but it's really small. Oh my god, look at him still firing at me.
Ship under attack.
I know it's automatic, but it doesn't feel it. Feels personal. Anyways, while that's happening, what we need to do is start setting up more, but I can't really build anything while I'm waiting on bricks. I was going to say, obviously we need more sand, we need then glass, and then we need to make spectacles, which needs brass. We have brass happening over here, but there's also advanced chains that I want to focus on for that, so if we look a little further along here. Oh my god, my game crashed again. God damn. Alright, I'm back. We've basically lost no progress. It actually autosaves really frequently in this game. You don't even notice it. It's a pretty great system, actually, so no harm done. We're just picking up right where we left off, basically, with the ship of the lines coming back around, although this guy is a little further than where he was before.
Fleet moving in front.
So we should be able to catch him no problem at all. And did we have everything unloaded?
Ship under
No.
attack.
Yeah, a bit of a pain. But yeah, I'm just going to kill a couple of these ships.
Admiral.
And then we'll call it for today. This guy only needs one ship of the line, I think, chasing him. He's going with the wind. We're going to go straight with the wind just to get a little bit of a speed bonus ahead of him. And he's damaged, obviously, so should be fine. Who's under attack? You guys are under attack. Yeah, chase him down.
Under attack.
Don't let him get away. Not like this.
Fleet moving in convoy.
Ship under attack.
I'm actually disorientated myself. Oh yeah, and that was coal, wasn't it? We'll just pick that up real quick.
Prepare to fire.
Yep, that was coal. Alright, cool. Go! Don't think so.
Set sail.
Give me that.
A ship was destroyed.
Oh no, another one? Damn.
Fleet en route.
Go, go, go. Alright, you go up there and you heal up. What'd you pick up? Rum. That's actually alright. Alright, go pick up that flotsam. We'll go this way. My other ship of the line is cresting around this way. See, this is what happens. You give them a little ceasefire, and that's all well and good. But then they build up more ships. I suppose you could argue, it's like, oh, you could have just done another ceasefire. Shut up. Alright. Shut up. Ah, we can fix all these guys now. There we go, good as new. I never had any issues. Mobilize. Didn't even realize they were still stick, to be honest. Oh, alright, so just before we wrap up, like I said, for the next episode, I'm sorry this one's a bit chaotic, multiple crashes, I'm kind of all over the place, to be honest, but yep, next one, don't worry, it'll be a little bit more thought out and planned out what we're going to do, but it's nice to see train running, we got oil going, There's a path now in front of me to actually getting engineers. Bricks have climbed back up, so
Ship under attack.
it's all just about making them spectacles in the next episode. And yeah, starting to go through the engineer chains before we then get to investors, so it's all to play for. Alright, that's going to have to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.